Here's the very first thing that I will not do going into 2023. Number one, strip clubs. Do y'all remember in the past, I told you all that I dropped $7,000 in one night at a strip club? One night, I dropped $7,000.
What's happening? No capping. We with AO, about to get a plate bowl. Pull up to the table. Let's go.
All right, let's keep it real from the very beginning. We've all spent money on things that we do regret. All right. One recent survey from Charles Schwab shows the majority of Americans regret spending money on things that they should not have spent on because they realize they should have invested into their future, into a business, into paying off debt, or just into the retirement savings. And I want to be transparent. I've been guilty of that as well. And so here's the truth. Mistakes happen, especially when it comes to us getting out of debt and us accomplishing and moving forward with our wealth building journey. So I want to be transparent about my money mistakes and share the top 6 things that I will not spend my money on going into 2023. And hopefully it will inspire you to give up on some things within your own personal life. But before we get into my 6 things, I want to thank one of today's sponsors. That's my friends over there at BetterHelp. Have you ever woke up and your mind just felt foggy? Have you ever felt up and just out of nowhere you were depressed? Well, here's the truth. It starts with our mind. Don't forget, I teach this all the time, that our mind is a business. So we should mind our business. We should make sure that this right here, this tool, is always being taken care of, always being calibrated, always being recharged. And we do that with therapy. And therapy comes from me with BetterHelp. So when it comes to me, I use BetterHelp, and I want y'all to go over to my friends at anthonyoneal.com/BetterHelp. They're gonna give you 10% off for your first 2 sessions. They're gonna bless you tremendously, and I promise you this much: you're gonna see a W. You're gonna experience a win because your mind is healthier and it's better. 2023 is counting on you for you to make the right decisions, and we make the right decisions when our mind is healthy, when our mind is in a healthy place. So go ahead, go check out my friends, anthonyoneal.com/BetterHelp. Now let's get into the very first thing that I really want to address. And I'm just going in. I'm not going in soft. I'm coming in hard. Here's the very first thing that I will not do going into 2023. Number one, strip clubs. Do y'all remember in the past, I told you all that I dropped $7,000 in one night at a strip club? One night, I dropped $7,000. And y'all know, I joke, but I do somewhat mean it. You know, I desire a woman with brains, with Bible knowledge. She loves God. I'm a woman who is intelligent, a woman who is articulate, and a woman with a booty, and a woman with a beautiful body. That is genuinely what I say. While I say Bible and booty from a joking perspective, really what I am saying is I want a beautiful woman who loves God and who really has some level of education and wisdom, right? And so when I say all that to say, this is that these days and times, I am seeing this younger generation going out to strip clubs. I am seeing this younger generation going out and just spending money and dropping money. And I regret that. Do you know what I could have done with $7,000? Do y'all know that the strip clubs make as much as $6 billion every single year? I'm going to say it one more time. $6 billion every single year on ladies who are twerking that thing. And guys who are giving up their rent money, guys who are giving up their utility monies, guys who are giving up their child support checks in the strip club. I really want you to think about that. A person could spend hundreds to thousands of dollars a night at the strip club in one night. I was watching this show and doing some research as well. Gabrielle Union, the well-known actress, said she spent $10,000 to $20,000 on a strip club. And I know she ain't playing because I spent $7,000 in one night in the strip club and came home, and I will never forget. I woke up the next day upset. Can I keep it real with y'all? Because we keep it real, relevant, and relatable at the table. And I'm gonna keep it real. And I want to say this correctly. I spent that $7,000 in the strip club, in the strip club, on one lady. I remember it. On one lady, because she was filling a void that I didn't know that I needed filled. She was making me feel a certain kind of way that I didn't know I needed to feel. That I don't know how to say it. Like, she was saying all the right things. She was looking real good. She got all this money out of me, and it sent me on about my way. I ain't get no hug. I ain't get no kiss. Can I be real? I went home broke and horny. Can I just be real? I went home broke. I went home without my $7,000 and horny. That makes no sense. It makes absolutely no sense. I will never do that again. I will never, hear me clearly. I get upset at myself every time I think about that, because I could have spent that money at that time on a lot of different things that could have, today, that money could have been worth about $100,000. I could have started a business with that account. There's so many different things I could have done with that $7,000, but my young, immature self said, you know what? Hey, I'm going to drop it on this chick, and then wake up the next day upset. Upset. Oh my God. Upset. So number one, I'm not spending no more money on strip clubs. It's not doing it. It's not worth it. $7,000 ain't worth it. It's not even worth it. Here's number two. Y'all ain't gonna like this one. Ladies, y'all not gonna like this one. So this is for the brothers. Cause the ladies, y'all about to be upset with me. Y'all about to be upset. I'm not spending money on expensive first dates. Ain't doing it. A recent study just recently came out, said that the average cost of a first date is in between $98 to $116. In between $98 to $116,000. The average person goes on about 9 to 12 dates per year. 9 to 12 dates. Well, not really. I'm sorry. Let me be correct. The average person goes on about 9 to 12 dates before they find the one, right, to settle down with. Then when they break up with that person, they go to 9 to 12 more dates before they find the one to settle down with. So I'm gonna take out my phone here. So let's do the math. Let's do the math. Let's do the math, right? So let's just say low end, $98 times 12, right? It's $1,100. It's $1,100. When the average person makes on average $48,000 a year gross. After net, when it comes down to net, that's gonna be in between $33,000 and about $36,000 when it comes to what they see. That person who is an average person in America cannot afford to be wasting $1,100 on dating. It makes absolutely no sense. I'm gonna get slammed for this. I'm gonna get trashed for this, because here's my thing. A man shouldn't have to spend money on you, woman, for you to feel valued. Let me say it one more time. If all a man has to do is spend money on you for you to feel like he likes you and for you to feel like he values you, you need to go to therapy. You need to get some help, because the easiest thing for a man to do on you is spend money. But the hardest thing for a man to do is to move with intentions. The hardest thing for a man to do is to give you his time. What do I mean by that? Yeah, it's easy. Hey, babe, what's up? You want to do something tonight? Yeah, cool. Great. I'll make reservations. It's easy for me to just call, make a reservation, spend money on you in the dinner. But it's hard for me to listen to what you're saying, what you like, what you don't like, your favorite color. Do you like roses? I like walking in parks, Like it's hard for me to listen and then to honestly spend some time to do research to figure out how to take you on a very nice experience with things that you've mentioned that you like, And I got to sit there and make time to schedule out that time. That's hard. That's hard. But in this generation, you don't really care about a man who's intentional. You care about, did he drop a bag on you? And then we wonder why we're getting into these horrible relationships. So no, I'm not wasting my money on expensive first dates. She should fall in love with me. Sisters, he should fall in love with you. Not about how much you have or how much you spend, but about, hey, listen, what are the quality experiences that this brother is bringing into your life? I remember one time I met this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful woman. I mean, she's gorgeous. And I was like, yo, the only way I can keep her is if I take her out on this expensive date. And I was like, yo, man. So what I did was I went to this one restaurant. It was real nice. It was a high rise in Atlanta. And I think I forgot the name of it. I don't know if it's still there in Atlanta, but it moves very slowly. The top of it moves very slowly. And this is like back in the early 2000s. And I don't know if it's still there, but I mean, it's like, it was just moving very slowly. I remember that ticket for just two people, 2 dinners. I do partake in wine. I don't get drunk, but I do partake, right? Just for 2 people, the dinner was like $500 and something bucks during that time. And during that time, that was, oh my goodness. And she got so excited. And then the next day, she wanted to do another expensive. Then the next day, she wanted to do another expensive one. And I was like, in my heart, I was like, yo, I can't do this. I don't have this kind of money. But because I presented to her with money, she stayed with only money. And she never really got an opportunity for us to really just go enjoy free stuff and just enjoy each other's time, enjoy each other's company, enjoy each other's experiences. Like, no, everything's about, yo, we got to ball out. We got to look like we're winning. I remember I rented a Cadillac, the car. And really, it was an old school mom and dad car. But because it was a Cadillac, I was like, yo, I look like I'm balling. And I rented that just to pick her up. And I spent about $400 for that. Then I spent for that weekend about $1,200 on. So really just to impress this chick, for one woman who I never ended up even getting into a relationship with, I spent almost about $2,000 in one weekend. Now, and I say this because it's about being real. Didn't have sex. I know everything like, well, everything shouldn't lead to sex. I get you. But can I be real? When men spend that kind of money, they desire sex. I'm just gonna keep it a buck with you. And I didn't get a kiss. I got a thank you. I got a hug. But I was out $2,000. And you know what? Can I keep it real with you? It's not even the woman's fault. It's my fault. I didn't take the time to lead with Anthony Bernard ONeal. I didn't take the time to lead with who I am as a man. I tried to lead with impressing. I tried to lead with showing her the things that I know a woman wants and likes, rather than showing the woman who I am and let her fall for that person or not fall for that person. And in today's day and time, I'm leading with who I am. And I say things up front that may turn ladies off. But I want them to know exactly who is Anthony ONeal. I don't lead with the impressive stuff. Some things may come off impressive, but I'll also say, hey, listen, this is what I desire in my woman. Y'all know me. I'll lead with, yo, you got to be saved. You got to be sweet. You got to be skilled. You got to be smart. And you got to be very sexual. And I say that up front. That's what I desire. And they're like, oh, my God, he's leading with sex. No, I'm not. I'm telling you what I desire. And we're out on dates. I'm like, yo, this is who I am. Yeah, you may see this because I'm on YouTube and podcasts and shows talking about how I was able to eliminate my debt and build wealth. But the wealth part is for my wife. That's not for my girlfriend. So we're gonna move in stages. So I'm not sitting here trying to impress you. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, and you can decide if you honestly want to really, really be a part of this. You know, I've never experienced this third one, but I really do want to say it because as I was doing research, I was noticing that this younger generation are spending a lot of money on I would say weed, cigarettes, drugs, right? The average, this is number 3. I'm not spending money on drugs. I never have, and I never will. But I really want to put this one in there because some of y'all watching right now, y'all spend a lot of money on weed and you broke. And I think some of y'all wouldn't be as broke if you let the weed go. Some of y'all wouldn't be as broke if you let the cigarettes go. You see, the average lifetime smoker spends about $1 million to $2 million on tobacco. I'll say it one more time. Over a period of lifetime, if you smoke tobacco, you spent on average about $1 million to $2 million. So $1 million to $2 million is in your lungs, rather than in your bank accounts, rather than in your investment accounts, rather than into a business. And I hate to say this, but you done spent $1 million to $2 million. That's killing yourself. If you've invested that money, if you could take your cigarette money and invested that money, you would have 10. I'm talking about literally close to tens of millions of dollars by the time you were 65. If you just said every time you went to the cigarette place, you went to the bank and you went and invested that money, you can have tens of millions of dollars. Tens of millions of dollars. I remember one time I went to the store and my friends were all about to smoke. So I went to the store to get some cigarettes, and I bought my first pack of cigarettes. And I was like, I'm gonna smoke them. And then I get around my friends. I'll never forget, we jumped over this building on the other side of my mom and dad's house where you really couldn't see nothing, right? So we jumped over this wall. We were sitting back there. They're all putting out their cigarettes and I was smoking it. When I started smelling the smoke, I was like, man, this don't smell good. This smells nasty. And so this is exactly what I did because I was young, right? I took the cigarette thing out. I lit it, or I acted like I was lighting it, and I just put it on my mouth, but I didn't smoke it. Because I was like, I don't like this. But I wasn't bold enough to tell my friends at that time, I do not want to smoke. But I spent, I think it was like $6-7 on a pack. And when I looked inside, I was like, man, isn't it so funny that cigarettes are so cheap? There's a lot of them in there, but this cheap thing can kill you fast. And at that time, I said, yo, I would never smoke a day in my life. I mean, back then we had cigarettes. I don't know if Black and Milds are still something that people are smoking right now. You know what I'm saying? But Black and Milds, my people used to smoke the heck out of them things. And I was like, yo, what is that smell? And I'll be real with you. Some of the Black and Milds actually smelled pretty decent. And I was like, I like that smell. I do like that smell. But no, I ain't smoking. You see, in 2020, the average marijuana consumer spends between $500 to $2,500 annually. So when it comes to buying weed on a high end, people are spending on average about $2,500 a month. What? I mean, not a month, a year. Do you know what $2,500 a month can do you in the stock market? $2,500 a month can get you an LLC, get you a little bit of branding, get you up and running to run a business. But you're smoking it. Now, I'm not knocking people who smoke marijuana because in certain states it's legal. And and smoking is legal. But I really want us to think about this. Like, why? What are the true benefits of drugs and smoking? If that's how you choose to spend your money, then that's fine. But I really want you to know upfront the cost. And when we're talking about cost, think about if you had $2,500, what could you save? How could you really save that money, invest that money, and use that money to grow? How can you, some of y'all are smoking and you don't even have a fully funded emergency fund, but your emergency fund is inside of your lungs. And so some of you all are probably asking yourself right now, Anthony, okay, cool, what should I do? If I do stop smoking and start saving this stuff, what's the very first thing? Here's the very first thing. You should park that money immediately into a savings account. And one of the best savings accounts out there are my friends over there at Prize Pool. You can go to anthonyoneal.com/savings. They're going to give you a high yielded interest rate when it comes to parking your money there. They're going to also give you some amazing prizes. You could win 10 to, up to $15,000, $20,000 on the grand prize. Every single week, they're giving away $100, $500, $200 to people for just parking your money there. On average, based upon your rewards and the interest rate, you're getting a 3% return on your money just sitting in the account. So if you're going to choose to really start saving your money and stop wasting your money on other things, the very first thing is I want you to put at least $1,000 into your Prize Pool savings account so you can start your get out of debt journey and your wealth journey. And that starts with having a savings account. Go to anthonyoneal.com/savings. I got two more things here for you real quick of things that I'm not doing in 2023 when it comes to my money. And that's subscriptions I do not use. That's number 4. Americans spend on average about $200 a month on subscriptions. And most don't realize how much they're spending every month, right? Every single month. And one of the things that I do that really prevents, that helps me to recalibrate on subscriptions that I may have signed up for free and I may have forgotten about them, is at the beginning, every year of July 1st, which is my birthday, I actually cancel all of my cards and I ask them to send me a brand new card. And then what I do is I just tell them the truth up front. Like, hey, I call the people, have a brand new debit card. If I have them on an automatic withdrawal, I give them the brand new debit card information. And then from there, it helps me delete the ones that I should not be using. And honestly, I'm the money guy, and I've forgotten about some of the free subscription things that I've signed up for. Then I go back and I analyze, well, why? When's the last time I used this particular subscription? I don't. Okay, cool, great. I'm not going to go back for it. I don't need Spotify and Apple Music. I use Spotify. I don't have an Apple Music account. Sometimes throughout the year, I don't need Netflix and Hulu. If one of my favorite shows comes on Hulu, then I'll resubscribe then. But if that show is not on there, I don't need Hulu and Netflix and Disney Plus and Amazon Prime and Peacock and BET Plus and this. We're starting to get back up to the cost of cable. When these things are they're designed to help us save money. I remember just recently there are a couple of things that I actually got rid of. I was subscribed to this luxury clothes and luxury wine. So every single month they would send me a box of the most luxury wine from Paris. And that box was like $150 a month. And I signed up for it because I had actually won 3 months free. And so by the time I got to that 3rd month, I was actually enjoying the wine and drinking the wine. I totally forgot that I had already given them my debit card information. And then I went 6 months getting this wine, and I totally forgot that, I'm paying $150 a month for this wine. Then I'm getting this nice little luxury box. It's not really luxury clothes, but it's like, hey, anything that's in there could be luxury. That's where I got this bracelet from. And they sent it to me, and did I win? No. I actually got 1 month free because my friend suggested it to me. So I did it for 1 month. They sent me this necklace. I was like, this is dope. I totally forgot the next month that they were going to charge me $99. Then the next month they charged me $99. And I was like, wait, what? I forgot. So when I reset my debit card, when I actually turned off my debit card and got a brand new one, I lost and probably saved myself about $400 a month. That's based upon my income. But for you all watching, listen, you may save yourself 50, 60 bucks a month. That's a full gas tank in your car right now. Here's the thing. If after 3 months you're not using it, then you need to cancel it and reinvest that money into something else, into somewhere else. I really want you to sit back and ask yourself, okay, cool, great. What can I turn off? Do you really need Apple Music and podcasts? And Spotify? I don't even know this answer, right? But does Apple Music have some music that's not on Spotify? You know what I'm saying? Like, and if that is the truth, let's say Apple Music does have some things that's not on Spotify. Do you really listen to it every day? Can you not go on YouTube and get that song? I'm not mad with you having a streaming service, but do you really need both of them? Choose one. Do you really need 5 editing apps, ladies? To make your face look smaller? To make your waist look smaller? To get the blemishes off your face? Is it really that serious to have 5 apps that you're spending 99 cents to $5.99 for a month? Do you really need 5? Ain't no one looking at your blemishes like that. We don't care. Do we really need that? No. Here's the last one that, not the last one, I got 2 more. This next one bothers me. Every single person that I've ever dated, one of the first 5 questions that they ask me is this: what's your sign? I'm like, my sign? Like, what's my sign? They're like, yeah, what's your sign? I'm like, and now I get it. When they ask me that question, I'm like, oh God, I'm a Cancer. Like, and people be spending money on horoscopes, psychics, and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm like, wait, what? So when I started doing the research, do y'all know that the psychic industry is worth about $2 billion? And it became even more valuable this year. I remember one of my homegirls turned me on to this site, and she was like, oh, you should try it. I said, I'm gonna try it just to try it. But I don't believe in this crap. Just because you what's it, Libra? I say, I don't even care. Just because you a Libra. What's another one?
Scorpio.
A Scorpio?
Taurus.
Or a Taurus? Or a Cancer? One girl said, well, you're a Cancer, we won't work. I was like, what? You don't even know me. Oh, I do know you. You're this, you're that, you're this, you're that. And I'm like, what? You just met me. How you gonna tell me about me? Because of the month I was born? You trying to tell me everything God put on me is based upon the month he was gonna have me be born? What? So I called this lady. She called herself a psychic. And her very first question was, what month were you born? I said, July. She said, what day? I said, July 1st. And she said, what's your name? I said, it's Antonio. And she said, why are you talking like that? Because you're talking like that. And I said, if you stop talking like that, I'll stop talking like that. She said, young man, this is how I talk. And I said, young woman, this is how I talk then. And she started going on and told me, this is what I see. And I was like, I see that you're gonna find the love of your life in the next 3 months, but you gotta give up. I was like, give up what? And she said, you know what you have to give up. I was like, what? And that's when I lost all that. I was like, ma'am, shut up. What? I know what I gotta give up. But I just paid you $150 to read my life. And you ain't tell me nothing. You was reading something off of Google that talks about cancers. No, you guys, the only psychic I need in my life is God. And you know what? He's free. And you know why he is psychic? Because he made me. He already knows what I'm going to do tomorrow. He already knows the mistakes I'm going to make. He already knows the woman I'm going to choose. He already knows the kids I'm going to have. He already knows when I'm coming back home with him. I'd rather go to the creator who made me. And the problem is we don't know how to connect with God to hear from God because we have all this other foolishness in our ears. We got, oh, he's a Cancer. Oh, she's a Libra. Oh, she's this. Oh, she's that. She was born here. When God is saying, yo, I'm trying to give you the gameplay. I'm trying to give you the route to take. I'm trying to give you access into your future. But you got so much other crap in your ear that you're paying for that the thing that is free, you can't even get. It's free. I made you. I ain't gonna charge you to tell you how to live your life and to tell you what to choose, what to get away from, how to process things. I'm gonna give it to you for free, but I need you to listen to me. But yet we want to send $2 billion to psychics and horoscopes. But yet, as soon as the horoscope app comes up and it says, today's day is going to be XYZ, oh my gosh, what? I don't live by that crap, man. And I ain't knocking no one who does, but I'm just saying when people ask me, I'm a Cancer. Don't bring me none of the other stuff. Oh, we may not work. That's cool, great, bye. Bye. If you believe that someone's birthday defines who they are, you're not for me in the first place. Because a birth date doesn't define who I am. It defines when I was born. I just made some of y'all upset. I feel it through the camera. Y'all looking at me right now. I don't care. I don't care. I can date anybody, any day that they was born. I don't care. As long as you love God, as long as you got a little booty, and as long as you got some brains, I can rock with you. Okay? Hey, I said it. Here's the last thing. Number 6. Buying things just because it's on sale. Holidays are coming up. We just got our Thanksgiving. We're going into Christmas and going into 2023, man. And, you know, just because it's a deal doesn't mean it's really a deal for you. Just because it was worth $100 and they're selling it for $55 doesn't mean that $55 is a good deal for you because it still cost you $55. That $55 you may not be able to afford. You know what I'm saying? I really want you to be honest with yourself. Before I purchase anything, I ask myself 2 things. 1, why am I purchasing this? Am I purchasing this thing because this is what I desire? Am I purchasing this because this is what I like, what I really want, and I will use it? Or am I purchasing this because everyone will like me? One of the most popular cars out right now is a Mercedes G-Wagon. Everybody in the entrepreneurship world is buying a G-Wagon. And I remember my friend pulled up in one. I was like, man, this is beautiful. And I was like, you know what? My dream car ultimately has always been the Bentley. It's not big, you know what I'm saying? Everyone's driving the G-Wagons. And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get a G-Wagon. And then when I sat back and I asked myself, like, wait, why are you buying the G-Wagon? And I couldn't say because I like the G-Wagon. And I'll be honest with you all, I do not like the G-Wagons. I don't like it. I'll rent one, but I ain't buying it. It's a box to me. It is a box on wheels. It is ugly to me. I'm like, this is ugly. And it feels like it's a box. It's an army truck in the size of a box on wheels. Like I don't like the drive. I'm like, why would I want to drive a box? No, I'm not knocking people who like it. If you like it, cool, great. If I'm gonna spend that much money on the car, I don't want to feel like I'm driving a box and it's rough. No, if I spend that much money on the car, I better feel like I'm floating on water with a little bit of power. That's what I want. So when I got to the dealer, I was like, nah, man, this ain't me. Oh man, they try to cut me so many deals. Hey man, but we'll save you 50 grand and we'll give you a free tire protection. I was like, man, You can take off half of the car. I'm not going to buy it. I don't like the car. Just because you gave me a deal, ooh, and just because it's on sale, ooh, watch this, I don't want it. Because you saved me 50 grand, I still spent X amount of dollars. So I had to step back and ask myself, what do I truly want? And just because it's on sale doesn't mean I need to get it. There's a lot of things that I want now. I got the Bentley. I have my dream car. I'm living in a beautiful home. I have an amazing team. And even now there's some things that I personally want. And what I had to step back and ask myself is, just because it's on sale, Black Friday, they had a lot of great things on sale. And I was like, yo, that's dope. I should get that. I should get that. I should get that. I should get that. But then I had to step back and ask myself, hey, how else can you invest this money? And if you spend this money, will it stop you from investing? And I answered the question honestly, and I said it will. And here's what it did. Here's what it would have done. It would have prevented me from being able to hire some amazing people to join my team to keep spreading this message. It would have prevented me from investing back into my company so we can continue to grow, evolve, and impact as many lives as we can. I want to grow my team. I want to get some solid people on this team so we can go higher and higher and higher. And so that means sometimes I may not be able to purchase the things that I really want to purchase right now. A delay is not a denial. Just because I delayed purchasing it doesn't mean I will never purchase it. It just means today I got to put systems into place that will eventually get me back to being able to buy that thing. And so I really want y'all to think about what are some things that you all could honestly do and honestly cut back on. What are some things on 2023 that you need to cut off? So this is what I want to do. For your homework assignment for today's videos, first time I'm giving you a homework assignment, right, is I want you to write down what are 5 things you're going to cut out in 2023 that you're not going to spend your money on. Write that down. What are 5 things? And if you're bold enough, put them in the comments. Put them in the comments on YouTube. What are 5 things, you know what, I'm not going to spend my money on? I gave y'all 6. I'm not spending money on strip clubs. I'm not spending money on expensive first dates. I'm not spending money on drugs. I'm not spending money on subscriptions I do not use. I'm not spending money on horoscopes and psychics. And the bonus one was, I'm not spending money just because it's on sale. If I need the product and it's on sale, that's a brilliant idea to get it while it's on sale. But if I don't need it and it's on sale, I'm not going to allow the sale to convince me to spending my money. What are 5 things you can be cutting out of your life in the year of 2023? So as we come to the end of today's show, there are new things that we're incorporating here in the year 2023. And I really want to make sure that we start really serving you all best. And we do that by allowing you all to actually be a part of the table. You're going to see some new things here coming in 2023 to make your experience watching the table better. We're thinking about bringing on maybe a co-host. And and one of the things we're really going to incorporate is we want to allow you all to come on and ask me any questions you all want around life, money, and healthy relationships around money, right? And so all you got to do is email questions@anthonyoneal.com. That is questions@anthonyoneal.com. Inside the subject line, I want you to put your name, I have a question, and then inside of the you're going to go ahead and put your question with your name, number, and contact information, and my team reach back out to you to where we're scheduled times where you can zoom in and ask us the question live. Because I want to make sure that I'm not just teaching you all what I feel like teaching, but I'm also making sure that I'm hitting you all at home, hitting you all with answers on things that impact your life. And you may have a question that hundreds and thousands of people may have that same question too. And so, hey, listen, email us your questions@anthonyoneal.com. My team will reach back out to you to schedule a time to where you can come on here and you can ask us the question. It'll be live, man. It's going to be absolutely amazing. But I want to leave you with today's scripture, Proverbs 13, verse 11. You see, dishonest money dwindles away, but whoever gathers money little by little makes it grow. So today's affirmation is very simple, you guys. Every day I am better than the day before. Every single day that I have the opportunity to live, I am better than yesterday. Simple. It's very simple. Yo, it's your boy Anthony ONeal. I love you. God bless you. We'll see you next week. Peace.